Hey Blades fans, welcome back to Hertz Arena for another edition of the Florida Everblades pregame show before our Wednesday, December 6th matchup against the South Carolina Stingrays. Will Henschel alongside Jake Maurice. And Jake, the team is back from the cold clutches of New York, a very lengthy road trip last week, and splitting the 1-1-1 split against the Adirondack Thunder.
Yeah, 3 out of a possible 6 points. It's not what the group was hoping for. They hold themselves to a higher standard, but it's tolerable. You can live with it, especially with the way the Blades competed in all 3 of those games. The comeback victory last Wednesday was one of the most fun wins of the season, certainly from a character perspective, from a compete level perspective. It's one the Blades can really build on. Friday, even though they didn't complete the comeback, not giving up on the game down 4 and almost getting back into it and tying things up was great to see. Saturday was a bit of a slog for both squads, and unfortunately the Blades left the 1 point behind with the overtime loss. So it was a week where maybe the X's and O's weren't quite what Florida wanted, but the compete level and the drive and all that was definitely at the caliber that the team hopes they can be at come April.
Some good hockey that we saw last week, but some great hockey that we've seen over the past couple of games has been from this South Carolina team. 4-0 in their past 4 games, and they have just been laying in goals left, right, and center.
Yeah, averaging over 6 goals a game on this winning streak right now. Their offense is cooking in a way we haven't seen from them all season. They just whooped one of the best teams in the ECHL, the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, coming back from down 4 to win it 8-5 with 7 unanswered goals. So it's a team that's never out of a game. It's a team that can score their way out of trouble when they get into it. And it's a team that also has some really good talent on the back end. They don't need to win a shootout every game like some other teams around this league. South Carolina can play in a 2-1 game just the same way they can play in an 8-5. So the Blades, they got to be ready because arguably their biggest rival is in the building. That's going to just elevate everyone's energy, amp everything up, and make for some really fun hockey.
Now, the Everblades, their 2 first games against Adirondack, both times the Thunder scored 3 goals in the first period. This has been a Blades team that has gotten off to some slower starts. They cleaned things up a little bit in that 3rd game against the Thunder, but definitely need to jump out to, at the starting gun in the first period.
Yeah, I mean, no goals in 3 straight games in the first period. That's obviously not what the Blades are hoping for. So far this season, Florida's only led after the first period once all season long. That was a 1-0 lead way back on October 26th. So it's been a while since the Blades have exited the ice after 20 minutes and been out front in a game. It's something the coaching staff has talked about a whole lot. It's something the players know that needs to be better. Just getting off to a strong start. It's great to see, like they did last Wednesday, that Florida can overcome a rough start, but it's tough to do that consistently, and you don't want to put yourself in that position consistently. So getting a strong opening 20 minutes here tonight would be a great way for the Blades to get moving in the right direction.
Trying to get that lead after the opening frame. And Jake, this seems like the story of the season has been every time we're in front of this camera, there's always something new or somebody new on this Everblades team, and that's no different today.
Yeah, tons of roster movement, but most interesting is former Kelly Cup champion Jordan Sambrook returning. Acquired his ECHL rights in a trade with Kansas City, and now he's back. Was part of that 2022 championship squad. Big defenseman. Last year had a career season with the Kansas City Mavericks, and he's really excited to be back. Just talking with him, you can see it on his face. He loves that he's back with the Blades, and I know the coaching staff is very happy to have him back on their back end tonight. A
great addition to the team, and hopefully making an impact tonight against South Carolina and deeper into the season. But Jake, we've got a Everblades team that went 1-1-1 in its past 3 games. You've got a South Carolina team that's 4-0 in its past 4 games. So a great matchup teed up tonight. So let's go into the Griffith Group of Downing Fry Realty, 3 keys to the game.
Well, we already talked about the first key to the game, and it's unfortunately something we've had to keep talking about all season. That's the start. Blades need a strong start. You don't want to be down after the first again. You don't want to be going through another first period where you're scoreless again. Getting a strong opening 20 minutes in is going to be paramount for Florida, not just for this game, but going forward for the rest of the season, to set a new standard and getting those new habits in so you're going in the right direction. Second off, you want to make sure that you keep the strong neutral zone play that Florida had in all 3 games against Adirondack. Thunder found it very difficult to get through the Blades in the neutral zone when Florida was set in their structure. You want to keep that going against South Carolina. And then tonight, when you're in the attacking zone for our final key, you got to make sure you can get those pucks to the high danger areas. Too many shots from outside, too many shots with no screens, no traffic out front in that Saturday game against Adirondack, where the Blades were shut out for the first time this season. So it'd be great to see Florida find new ways to get pucks to good areas for high danger chances.
The first home game of the month of December and the first game of a 3-game set between the South Carolina Stingrays is tonight. It's our Hump Day Deals night, so enjoy $3 hot dogs and $3 Labatt Blues. For Jake Maurice, I've been Will Henschel. Puck drop right around the corner.